Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Forturnia.com. We have the power. I'm your host, AJ, aka Voodoo Magic, aka Zor, and hundreds of miles away to me is sitting my right hand man at arms, Colt, aka Red Pyramid, aka Dad at Arms. And we've got some news. How you doing today, Colt?
I'm doing very well today. How are you doing?
You should be doing extremely well today.
I am.
And we are excited, guys. So excited that I think it's time to wear my colorful Masters of the Universe Revelation jacket to celebrate
beautiful.
here, because we've got some major news. And I think you have a celebratory cup as well,
I
Cole.
do. So I have my He-Man Tiki Cup.
Look at that.
But there we go. There he is.
Look at that. And what are we celebrating, Colt?
Tumbler. We are celebrating a very exciting announcement because season 2, I mean, that's basically what it is. Season 2 of the Revelation, except it's not called Revelation anymore, has a new name.
We got a season 2 confirmed. Well, actually a new season, because some of our listeners will think this is season 3. So we got a new follow-up season to Masters of the Universe Revelation. And we've been waiting. Geez, Colt
We've been waiting since November. Yeah.
Yes. And you know, we were unsure at first, and as time progressed, there were little tidbits that came out, and that started making us feel more confident that this was going to happen. And guys,
and there were a lot of guesses along the way between you and I, which we can now say that every single one of our guesses was absolutely right.
Yes. Of course. We're never wrong.
Never.
So before we go any further, let's get into the article on Forturnia.com. Let's share it here. And our headline is the best headline ever. It says, "New season announced. Sequel to Revelation is confirmed. Masters of the Universe Revolution." We predicted it. A new season to Masters of the Universe Revelation has just been announced today. We have the power. After months of hints, thanks to Powerhouse Animation Studios job openings and an unintended and deliberate teases from an assortment of Revelation actors, Andra actress Tiffany Smith finally revealed the worst hidden secret officially to the world today on Animation Day of Netflix Geeked Week, that this fantastic series will be back with a brand new story. Yes, it's called Masters of the Universe Revolution, and it'll be a follow-up miniseries to Revelation. It will start where Masters of the Universe Revelation left off. Wow. Here's the logo and teaser poster. So first, let's
see it.
Look at this logo. Masters of the Universe. Yeah. You know what? It's gonna. We're gonna have all these situations where, we'll be meaning to say Revelation and we'll say Revolution and vice versa.
Yeah. That's okay.
They're so close together, but it's a wonderful.
It's very clever naming.
Yes,
I love it.
Yeah,
just a simple change of a couple of letters, and I mean it's awesome. I was very happy to see that this is what they were calling it.
Yeah, I mean, it's I love the title. And be honest with you, I was thinking if they were ever to make a trilogy of these, I was thinking, like, what could be the third? I'm already onto a follow-up season to Revolution, but what could be the third R word, that could wrap up a series.
Redemption.
Oh, that's a good
I like
one.
redemption.
Colt, that's a great one, actually. So let me
Thank you.
look up.
Netflix, hire me.
Guys, we're so excited. So before we even go on to the poster here, let's discuss this logo here. I have a thesaurus up and different words that also mean revolution. Now, I don't think, Colt, that they mean turn, rotation, circle, whirl, twirl,
What?
spin.
They don't?
No, I don't think the new season will be referring to those, but the other words is rebellion, revolt, insurrection, mutiny, uprising, riot, and rising.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely things that make you go, rebellion, insurrection, uprising. So is that a clue?
Things are getting crazy.
Yeah, I think so. So before we even go into our speculation here, let's take a peek at this poster. Look at this thing. Maybe
I love it.
I love it too. Let's see if we can get the whole thing in here. A little too far.
I love I love the spectral Skeletor vibe going on.
Yeah. He seems to be. All right, so let's look at this, guys. We have the power sword. We have the crown. I think that's King Randor's
Yep, that's
crown.
Randor's crown.
And we have the face of Skeletor that almost looks like an apparition, a ghost, a spirit.
Kind of has that smoky, translucent look to it.
And on the ground, what is that? I guess it's just the green.
It's green rock, green stone, which makes you think of Castle Grayskull, but there's cracks in it.
Yeah. This just makes me think of lots of different things. So our last words of the article is let the celebration begin, and I'm excited. Let's celebrate. So
yep.
I don't even know where to begin, Cole. I'm just excited with this news, man. I mean, even though you and I were expecting it,
Sure.
again, Powerhouse Animation had some job openings up, and they kind of coded these job openings with the word Motu. And once the fans were on the hunt and sharing that among each other, and we reported on it, basically Powerhouse Animation Studios quickly changed the coding. So we were already saying, yeah, we're onto it. And then after that, a couple months later, Tony Todd, the Scareglow actor, revealed in I think a comic book convention or maybe a horror convention to a
fan interaction.
Yeah, that he was recording in a couple of weeks more Scareglow. And we're like, wow. And then finally, I mean, the big one, right, was when Mark Hamill let the cat out of the bag and said, I'm recording more Skeletor this weekend. I'm recording Skeletor on Saturday, resting my voice on Sunday. And
yeah, I mean, when we saw that tweet, like, it went from, is there going to be more revelation, more of this, story, this world, this version of Master Universe, to, okay, when's it coming? We know it's there. Like the article says, it's the worst kept secret at this point.
Yeah.
So just give us that announcement. And we got it.
Yep.
Today's the day.
All right. We have no release date yet. There's been no official release date. There's been no official episode count. There has been no official cast list. And even though they teased Hordak, we can't guarantee Hordak's in this season.
No guarantee yet.
No guarantee yet. So the only thing we can do is speculate on the title and on the poster. And
Well, we can speculate a little bit on the wording of the announcement. It does say that it picks up where Revelation left off.
yeah,
So
and when Tiffany announced that, I immediately thought like right when they leave off. Do you know what I mean? I just had
yeah,
this vision that Adam and Tila are holding hands, and next thing you know, it goes back to that scene. They kiss, and then something happens.
and
I'm
then
almost
all hell
expecting
breaks
that.
loose. Yeah,
Yeah, and then all hell breaks loose, and there's a new threat. Who knows if it's going to go that way? It could be 1 year later, right? But
sure. There could be a time jump, which wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, we already had a time jump in season 1 in part 1.
yeah, yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a little bit of downtime before things really start happening. But it
yeah,
would also be cool if it just jumped right into it.
yeah. And looking at this poster, and Colt and I were talking right before we went on the air, and we both came up with the same thought that something's going to happen to King Randor.
Hmm.
Because unless he's discarding the throne and discarding the crown, which I doubt would happen because that would just be a repeat of what Tila did in a way
Yeah, yeah.
in season 1. Our king might be falling, guys.
Hmm.
He might be taken out, and
And so what does that mean? What comes after the king falls?
the prince becomes king. Right? My mind immediately goes to the wasn't there a classics figure?
Yeah,
Uh,
the King He-Man figure.
the King He-Man figure, yeah, where he
He's
was
bearded. He's got
bearded.
the
He was
crown.
married to Tila,
Hmm.
and his father had passed away, and he took the rightful place of his father as the king of Eternia. I think he
Yeah,
actually, in the story on the back of that classics package, I think he had defeated Skeletor once and
yeah.
for all as well
Hmm.
too.
Well, and he'd also passed on the title of He-Man to his son, uh, his and Tila's son, Dare.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's not
and
quite
yeah.
that. According to the prequel comic, we already saw Dare, didn't we?
Well, we saw. So the prequel comic introduces Dare as one of King Grayskull's son.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there is a line in that comic where after he dies, He-Man is standing there talking to King Grayskull and Queen Grayskull, and and Queen Grayskull tells He-Man the name. She says his name was Dare, and He-Man says his name will be remembered and will live on. So it kind of hints at that idea that He-Man might take that
Uh,
name to
yeah.
name his son. At
Okay.
least that's
Now,
how I read it. That's how I read the comic. That was my interpretation of it, is that it was dropping that hint of the future son of Adam and Tila being named in honor of King Grayskull's fallen son.
that would really work well. That
Hmm.
would be cool.
And
Yeah.
then that character, when he takes up the mantle of the new champion, he takes on the moniker of Hero too. And so it's kind of honoring both sons of King Grayskull, since Hero is the surviving son of King Grayskull.
Hmm.
So I like that. I mean, that is a sound story idea.
Now, of course, guys, remember we're just speculating. We have no information regarding the storyline. It could go completely a different way.
Absolutely.
But so is the crown here damaged, Colt?
No,
There looks like a
I
burn, but maybe that's
I think
just
it's just kind of shadow in the lighting. It does look a little bit like it's bent, but that's also kind of how the crown looks anyways. Those 3 points on the crown kind of have they're not straight. They kind of bend forward a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know.
And so I don't think that's necessarily damage.
Well, I was meaning
but I'm not sure.
where you look, the power sword first touches the crown, which is on the left side of the crown. It
There's kind of
looks,
that black mark.
yeah, it looks a little like it's been burned, like it's and around coming from that general area, you see these little sparks, fire, not sparks. What do you call it?
Embers. Embers.
Embers. Thank you. So is the crown being melted? Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah. It does look like the crown has been discarded due to violence, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. And what would be really interesting is you apply the name revolution, which is a insurrection or a
Mm-hmm.
rebellion. Is it possible that someone else takes the crown, takes the palace?
So,
And
yeah, go ahead, finish your thought.
and we have a Shira situation for a little while, and I don't mean Shira in the series. And we had a great article on foreturnia.com where if we had the bet based on the legal issues, Shira would not appear in the series. But her series is pretty much a rebellion, right? It was
Right.
like Star Wars in a way, an insurrection against the evil empire. And I'm just guessing here based on revolution. I mean, certainly the good guys would not have a revolution
So,
under
so my
current.
so my kind of speculation on it is based on how Revelation ended with the reveal of the Horde being at play and associated with Motherboard, right? My first thoughts of this poster was, the discarded crown, the name Revolution, the Horde comes in, invades, takes control of Eternia, and so the Revolution would refer to the heroes fighting back and rising up against the Horde, who now are in control. That was my read.
So yeah, so we could see like the Horde taking over the palace midway, right? Or
Hmm.
taking over all of Eternia and infecting, and then they take it back, right?
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, unfortunately, there is some casualties,
Sure.
including King Randor. When I was looking at this teaser poster art, I was looking all over the place. Like, do I see any circuitry? Do I see any
Yeah. I was
technological,
I was looking
markings?
I was looking really close at Skeletor there. I don't see any
Yeah,
circuitry in him, but I was
yeah. And
looking.
I was looking. Is that a skull? Is Skeletor's head inside the skull of another creature? Because I see this big black mark right over here,
So
and
yeah, so I can't tell if that's his hood or if it's the helmet that he wears as Intergalactic Skeletor.
okay, yeah, yeah, it could be either.
It could be either way. It kind of looks a little bit like both.
And
I
what
like the
about
idea. I like the idea of, if the Horde does take control, I like the idea of, He-Man, Tila, and company kind of being fugitives and
yeah,
kind of on the run. I think that would make for a really cool storyline.
I think so too. I absolutely think so too. And I've always and we're going to get into this later, guys, because we're going to dedicate a whole podcast to
Oh, absolutely.
speculation here. So otherwise, Colt and I could go on for 2 hours right now, and that's not our intention. But um, yeah, I'm thinking maybe even some of the good guys get infected.
Yeah,
With the
with the technovirus,
technovirus. Yeah. Now, Colt,
which
what do you think about these cracks, man? I mean,
I don't think they're meant to be literal. It does look like Castle Grayskull. However, we already saw some destruction wrought on Castle Grayskull with season one, right? We saw Dark Lynn tearing the castle apart in
yeah,
instances.
yeah,
Um, I don't think this is meant to be taken literal. I think it's more symbolic of, maybe there is a crack in the foundation of the monarchy of Eternia, and that's what leads to revolution. You know, Could it be an uprising of the people based on some dissatisfaction with the crown? I don't know.
Or could it be, look, right now, Tila is having her cake and eating it too, right?
Hmm.
She will be the first sorceress that will not be on premises 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you ever watched Superman 2?
Yeah.
So there's a scene for anyone who hasn't watched Superman 2 or a major part of the plot line where Clark Kent, Superman, hoped he can have, um, a normal life and a life. Well, no, he actually gave up being Superman, but he left for a while and he took his eyes off the ball and he started having a romantic relationship with um what is his romantic? Who does Clark Kent
HR.
fall in love? Lois Lane. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Clark Kent leaves to have a romantic relationship with Lois Lane, and while they leave, next thing the entire planet is taken over by villains, and the eye was taken off the ball, and who knows? I mean, maybe Teal is to blame
It's
in
possible.
regards to that maybe they realize in this episode that it's a Spider-Man 2 situation, or in this series, that they can't have their cake and eat it too, that having that secret of He-Man's is essential to keeping your family safe.
Hmm.
And maybe Tila not being in a relationship as a sorceress and always being there to protect the secrets of Grey Skull is important too. Because maybe these cracks here has nothing to do with Tila. Maybe it has something to do with Adam. Because
Sure.
if you remember in Masters of the Universe Revelation, you see, I told you.
There we go. There we go.
um,
We need a counter for every time we we say it wrong.
so if you remember, Eva Lynn suggests, to Skeletor, there's an easy way to defeat He-Man. There's an easy way. Just kill Butcher, King Randor, and then threaten his mother, and he'll come running.
Yeah.
And he will come on his knees, right? And
Yeah.
bow down
Yeah.
to you and beg to please spare his mother. So there might be some price to pay for both Tila and He-Man to be living out in the open and at least putting their relationship first, or a priority. So there's really some fascinating dynamics here that they can explore in a new season that I'm just excited about. Adult
Sure.
themes. I mean,
Yeah.
consequences, right, of their actions. Oh, I would
I
love
mean,
it.
yeah. I mean, that was a big running theme of season 1 of Revelation. The consequences of secrets.
Yeah.
So what happens when, yeah, like you said, what are the further consequences of sharing the secrets of Grayskull with everybody, where everybody's privy to what's going on? Who knows? If that's the direction they take at all, I mean, obviously we're just speculating here, but
This
it's
is
fun to
just
chew on a little
speculation.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait. It's announced, guys. It's
I know.
announced.
I
Pinch
love it.
me. I love it
I'm
too.
I'm so excited. We were even joking this morning about how it was confirmed that there was going to be an announcement because I shared that picture of you of Tiffany Smith, how she was dressed for the show, and it was the red blazer that the magenta blazer that looks like how Kevin Smith dresses. And
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
that
okay,
same
well, there it
color.
is. That's not a coincidence.
She was just missing the cap.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
but
loved it.
it's great, guys, and I'm walking on air. I hate Brussels sprouts. Today I like them. The
Yeah,
dog next door that annoys me barking. Oh, good dog, good dog. Colt loves Fisto. Okay, yesterday he hated Fisto.
sure.
Today he's making out with him.
Fisto's my friend.
He's his friend. He bought 3
I'm
Fistos today.
I yeah, I'm just over here knuckle bumping Fisto. I'm so happy.
Oh, we are so happy, and we know you guys are happy too. Um, and this is it, guys. This is the channel you're going to want to stay tuned. This YouTube channel for Eternia Official, because
Mhm.
we're going to be celebrating Masters of the Universe Revelation and talking and anticipating Masters of the Universe Revolution all year long, 2 years, whenever it comes out. Then once the episodes comes out, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to bring so many new Masterverse figures that
Oh, I hope so.
that we can talk about and collect. And there's going to be so much love and joy that's coming out of this. And forturnia.com and this YouTube channel is going to be the place to be. And like Colt and I were talking about this speculation, I think we're going to do 2 hours of it, guys. And we have a lot more to say, and that will likely be in an upcoming podcast. I can't say it's the next one because we might have something else special lined up. We'll have to
Mhm.
see how the schedule works out. But stay tuned. This is where you want to be.
Yeah.
We have a Twitter
If
account, we have a Facebook account, forturnia.com. This is going to be your source for your Masters of the Universe Revolution news.
Mhm. And if you are excited about this announcement, we are right there with you, and
Yes.
we're gonna be talking about this endlessly.
Yep, and and hopefully, as big news breaks, we're going to be continuing to do these shorter videos. Just
Mhm.
discuss the news of the day. Now that it's happening, Cole.
It's happening.
It's happening.
We don't have to speculate about it happening anymore because it's happening, and we're just very excited.
That's a great day, guys. Stinkor, you smell beautiful. Great day. All right. Do you have anything else to say? I know you and I, Colt, want to sit here for 2 hours and
Oh,
talk about this.
I have plenty else that I want to say, but for the sake of the video, and we want to keep it short, we'll get into it. I'm just
Yeah.
excited. I'm over the moon excited. This really made my day. I
Oh, me
remember just
too.
watching the announcement. I was so excited. It was the very first announcement for Geek Week. Just right out the gate, they announced it, and I was giddy about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
exciting.
So exciting. I
Good
mean,
day.
my head's in fire behind me here in Castle Grayskull. It's very hot, and I don't care.
Yep.
Because it's a great day, and hopefully more stuff will come out, and we'll keep reporting on it. And definitely check out our podcast. It's on this YouTube channel here. You could stare at our pretty faces, but you could also just listen to us on Spotify, Amazon, and Podbean. And I think we're going to grow to some more platforms as well, but that's where we're on right now. And you know, again, for all the latest news and content, visit us at foreternia.com. And wow. All right, that's it. So from me and Colt, we want to thank you for joining us, and we're going to let the power return and let the celebration begin. Masters of the Universe Revolution. Bye, guys.